So today I bring you some really hard-hitting journalism in the gaming space, a truly a truly Pulitzer caliber, article that you cannot miss and you cannot skip, written by Hannah Valens. I hope I read their name right. Let's read the tweet and then we'll go into the story. Deception games like Among Us are super popular right now. Why are they everywhere? In an age where we no longer know who to trust, Among Us gives us a safe, fun space to play out our greatest fears, succumbing to a fascist death cult. It's non-sexual CNC. Now honestly I don't know what CNC is and I don't want to know after hearing them talking about it. So let's go straight to the story. By the way, I'm a very experienced Among Us player. I'm actually pretty good at the game, 80 to 90% win rate, other than the games that I leave when the lobby is truly terrible, whether it's the rules or the player speed or anything else. But anyway, I'm pretty good in the game, so I can give you a great perspective when we talk about it in this article, who blames Among Us blowing up for fascism. Yes, maybe I am a fascist for enjoying the game so much and being good at it. So yeah, this is on the Daily Dot, which is a trusted news site by NewsGuard, and this is an opinion section. Admittedly, I am very good at silently killing people whenever I get the imposter role in Among Us. So for those of you that don't know, Among Us is a game with 10 players. At least 7 of them are innocent, depending on the rule set of the room you're playing. At least 7 of them are innocent, and the rest are imposters who are trying to sabotage and kill the other players around the map until they can tie the votes, meaning if you are 2 imposters you have 2 more innocents and you automatically win the game, either by voting out all the innocents or by killing all the innocents, maybe together with voting them out. So I'm gonna skip the entire search engine optimization thing here and read on. I pick my victims carefully. I'll keep an eye on the map, sabotage key ship components from afar, see who joins the rest of the crew to fix the reactor or oxygen tanks, and then butcher the most isolated straggler I can find. When their body is inevitably found, I stay out of the conversation. Sometimes I'll even report the body myself just to throw off suspicion. Now this reads a lot like somebody who hasn't played the game more than 3 games, honestly, just by the language. Because you can obviously sabotage every key ship component from everywhere you want. Okay, so saying you sabotage the components from afar means nothing. See who joins the rest of the crew. If you're seeing who's joining the rest of the crew and stay back, that's kind of suspect, so people might think you are the imposter. And then what else did they write? Oh, when their body is inevitably found, I stay out of the conversation. Another very suspicious element. Usually everybody contributes to the chat. If you're too quiet or too loud, that could mean you're suspect as well. And if you report the body just to throw off suspicion, that's a classic noob move, because that's what they call a self-report. So by this paragraph alone, seems like the author of this article is either not that good in the game or just play 2 games trying to write this rage bait article. So let's read on. It doesn't matter how I win, just that I do. Although I take a particular delight in murdering the ones who tried and failed to raise a suspicion against me during meetings, killing them has a certain kind of sadistic joy. So that's another bad play. If people are accusing you in the meetings, going after them and killing them is super suspect, because why are they turning up dead after they accused you? Obviously you can go reverse psychology on it, but again, this is a pretty stupid move. If you're the imposter, you might want to get rid of the other players and keep the suspects around. Dividing, isolating, and picking off my fellow players fills me with glee in Among Us. The same thing is happening outside in the real world right now. You can never let people enjoy the game. You always have to bring in politics, even though this game has nothing to do with politics. It's the most basic 2D game, just like they said in their SEO optimization thing. It's just a 2D game, barely with any cosmetics, no DLC, just 3 maps, and you make the game, you make out of the game what is the sentence I'm looking? The game is what you make of it, okay? It has nothing to do with politics, there's no lore, no nothing. You're just random astronauts that are kind of weird looking, trying to suss out who are the imposters, okay? So let's read on. Happening outside in the real world right now too, and it's giving me chronic health problems. Bit by bit, reactionary movements from the far right are creating an irreversible rift between Trump supporters and everyone else. Meanwhile, among us, among center-left feminists, there's a growing puritanical, whorephobic, and trans-misogynistic movement obsessed with sexual purity and conservatism. Now, whorephobic is even new to me. I'm assuming that they are talking about feminists who are against sex work, which kind of is degrading to women and objectifies them, which makes it kind of anti-feminist by nature. But you have a ton of feminists who support sex work, so the jury is still out on that decision. But I'm more on the side of, if you're a feminist, you're for equal rights everywhere, but sex work, especially the way it is right now where it's extremely misogynistic, you're against it. And when they're saying trans-misogynistic movement, they're probably talking about TERFs. A new proto-fascist reactionary uprising waiting in the wings. These things horrify me. So why do I enjoy Among Us? Playful sadism so much when it's So why do I enjoy Among Us? Playful sadism so much when its IRL equivalent fills me with dread. For some, it may have the same appeal as National Socialist porn. Can't say that word if I want to stay monetized on YouTube. Multiplayer games about asymmetrical survival, that is, one player hunting another, have always excited me, particularly because their power fantasies about preying on and removing whoever I choose. Deduction, survival, and outsmarting a formidable foe are all common themes in these games, just as they are IRL for me as a queer trans woman. Now again, why would they put why would they put queer before trans woman? I don't understand the distinction. If you're a trans woman, you're inherently queer, I assume. Anyway, trans bodies are often perceived monstrous, deceptive evils that need to be rooted out and purged before they destroy the cis heterosexual social fabric. Okay, so now they're identifying it with it because they feel like they are the imposters. A weird line to draw, but let's read on. We are without our consent forced into taking on imposter roles. Despite the fact the title is a far more fitting for the bigots calling us monsters. Nevertheless, for the first time in my life, friends and acquaintances alike are getting into games like Among Us. My college friends and I are huge fans of. Okay, they're starting to drop name and other games. I think that's it for now for the story. The rest of it is just a ton of search engine optimization talking about other games to draw search results into the story. So yeah, the story is ridiculous. They're trying to draw a line between them feeling like imposters because they transitioned, and they feel like they are imposters among society, and that somehow has to do with fascism because they enjoy killing people in the game and trying to turn everybody against each other. Really, really weird line to draw, especially since they call it National Socialistic porn. Against, can't say the not C word on YouTube. just like every other rage bait article out there, there's a ton of mental gymnastics in here. But what do you guys think in the comments? Is there any truth to this opinion whatsoever? I think they're really stretching it and trying to draw lines where they don't exist, especially when they say they feel like the imposters, but then they enjoy the game, and whoever enjoys the game, because the game is so popular right now because of fascism. So if you enjoy it, you might be a fascist. So what does that say about them? Um, and today alone, I learned about the word whorephobic, which I never know, honestly. I'm not afraid of whores. I don't know, are you guys whorephobic? Maybe write it in the comments. If you know it to be a different, um, if you know it to have a different explanation than what I had as well, maybe educate me. I honestly think whorephobic means you're against sex workers, which for some reason is a huge talking point and issue for the left today. And you would have think that feminists would be against uh, industries that exploit and objectify women, but for some weird, perverted reason, they are for it, which makes it even more satirical, comical, parodical, and an oxymoron. But yeah, that's it for today's video. I'm not gonna drag it on. Among Us is for fascists, so if you enjoy this game, please uninstall it. I have, like I said, close to 58 hours on the game, only on Steam, not talking about even on mobile. So I don't know, I'm gonna keep it at 58 hours, not gonna play it anymore. It's obviously homophobic, transphobic, and it's for fascists, so stay away from Among Us. If you enjoyed this video, like it. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. And if you want to support the channel further than that, you can further than that, sorry, not death, further than that, you can check out our Patreon and maybe support the channel through YouTube memberships, which let you subscribe with a monetary donation each month for some benefits, which I will later decide. Thank you guys for joining me. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.